Kentucky gets medical, medical. They're gonna get medical.
New York is finally getting more dispensary licenses, making room for more opportunities to buy and sell weed.
And a routine traffic stop turns into a drug bust here in good old FLA.
So stay tuned for these stories and our usual shenanigans. Don't move.
Don't, we're coming right back. Don't move.
Hey, everybody, it's Captain J. Welcome to the Pot Smoking Moms podcast. I'm here with my homegirl,
Sunny D.
and we're the Pot Smoking Moms. Please rate, review, subscribe. Check us out at potsmokingmoms.com. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are here again, welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have a good show for you.
We put all of the cushions, made it all comfy for you. We got a lot of awesome stuff coming up on our show.
But first,
if you don't got nothing to smoke, we suggest you go grab your stuff because we about to get down for a fluent smoke sesh. Want to give a big thank you to Fluent for sponsoring the Smoke Sesh on our podcast. If you are a local, try out Fluent and join their rewards. You can go ahead and use our link. We would love it if you used our link. You can go through our Instagram and click on the link there. Go through our website.
Or the QR code that you're seeing on your screen.
Oh,
you can roll through there. Or just, if you want to go check out the menu, go in through our link. Show that we're bringing them some traffic. Yes. That helps us out. Mm-hmm. I got Black Scotty, an indica leaning hybrid. Find your light with this dark, dense, and comforting strain from the legendary growers of Freedom Town. This delicious indica-leaning hybrid will help you unwind and unearth your positive, carefree spirit. Major terpenes, limonene, beta-carpholine, and linalool.
Nice. I actually picked up a couple pre-rolls. I think it's so convenient.
Yeah.
To have the pre-rolls. And I picked up some French cookies. It's a highly rewarding sativa-leaning hybrid that is tasty, intense, and has long-lasting effects. This delectable and rare strain from the legendary growers of Freedom Town can give your soul a lift. Major terpenes in this guy, we got limonene, beta-caryophyllene, beta-myrcene, and farnesene.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, you don't boop.
Taking a couple hits of that. It's getting real smoky in here.
Ooh, very nice.
Hey, if you found a new strain that you enjoy and you love, hit us up. Let us know. We'd love to try it out. Also, we got a really fun event if you're in the Miami area or if you're in the South Florida area. The Miami Bud Crawl is coming May 6th. Tickets are currently on sale. I mean, $35 is pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice
for our early bird tickets. So the tickets do go up later on, closer to the event. So get your tickets now.
It's nice. We stop at VitaCan and Grow Healthy.
It's only going up to $40. It's only $5 more. But hey, $5 is $5.
Yeah. Save the $5 and buy that right now.
And if you're a patron, of course, you get your discount. So make sure you use your discount code.
And if you're not a patron, you should become a patron so you can get discounts.
And if you're not a patient and you are in the Miami area and you need to get in contact with the clinic, we have friends over at Ganja Clinic. They've been on our show before. They can get you certified before the event, and
Easy, fast.
we will give a new patient discount for anybody that has to do the expense of becoming a patient in order to come to this event, because it is an expense becoming a patient, but it is nice
It
to
is an
have that
expense.
security
Right.
that you can be legally consuming cannabis.
Yes, and you don't have to worry about when your guy hits you up,
Mhm.
or I mean, even just that you get a lot of discounts out there in the stores. Like we actually went to the locations that we're going to be stopping on the Bud
We
Crawl
did
to
that
kind of
today.
meet everybody and take some video and know what we're working with, know how to, figure it out the day of. And let me tell you, like the prices are not bad at all.
Mhm. VitaCan had some great prices.
Yes, and even Grow Healthy
Grow, I
too.
mean, grow healthy.
Grow
Yes.
Healthy.
Both
I
of
had
them.
never been there before. I mean, I've gone to VitaCan. Their
I
first
went
time
to the one
patient
out
is
in
phenomenal.
Brandon. The one out in Brandon, like by my mom's, when I would visit, I had
Mhm.
gone to their Grow Healthy, and they had like a drive-through. It was very convenient.
Oh, that is super convenient. I was
Mhm.
telling them there's a dispensary locally to me that I like using their drive-through feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check out the event. We're gonna be getting on a bus, singing karaoke. The bus is so trippy. It is
It's
so
cool.
cool. The vibes are definitely, we're gonna, definitely match the Miami vibes. So holler, man, come join us. It'll be lots of fun. So we are attending school events now. You know that our
Mhm.
kids,
Or
like
school
my
age now.
kindergartner, they have like little events and stuff that the school does. They had an event where we went to like the Tijuana Flats. Like they do like fundraising, right? So whatever, you get a discount on your food, and then a percentage of the proceeds go to the school. So we went. Oh my god, there was so many kids everywhere though. Like I had immediately a migraine. I was like, oh, what is this? How is this a good idea? What are we doing here? But it was cool,
But did Sloan have friends there?
There was one friend of hers there that we see her often. Her big brother walks her to class.
Aw.
It's really cute. It is, when you see it, it's like so cute because,
Mhm.
And then this is my first time, Sloane's first time getting invited to a birthday party from one of her schoolmates. So there's a whole chat from all the
First
moms in the
friend
classroom.
birthday party that's not a friend's
Right.
kid's
Not
birthday
my
party. Yeah.
friends' kids.
Yeah, or family
Uh-huh,
friend or
right.
whatever. This is like a stranger.
Yeah, so it's a Saturday. We're going as a team.
Where's it at again?
It's gonna be at the beach.
At the beach? Oh, that's
Yeah, it's gonna be at the
nice.
State Park Beach over there in Hollywood. Like,
Yeah.
So that'll be fun, and we'll see. I'll come back and tell you guys how that went, because I don't know. We had talked about in the past school friends coming over for to play, and like how you would even approach the subject of like weed.
Yeah, I gotta make sure your house don't smell like weed.
Right. So I don't know.
So the cannabolish comes in handy.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, to try to, I don't know, talk to the other parents, and maybe, I don't know, who knows.
Mhm.
I know a lot of the parents live in that immediate area, so we know like the area is cool. Because I had seen a TikTok where it was like some lady was talking about how like, oh, making mom friends isn't as easy as you would think it is, right? Because then she draws like, what is that, a Venn diagram where it's like the 3 circles,
Yeah.
right? So 1 is proximity of parents, 2 is age of children, and then 3, what was 3?
Common interest.
Common interest, I think, maybe, perhaps. So like being able to nab the whole trifecta is like the key of like making that parent friend.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like, how I am. I'm like, no new friends for me. But like at the same time,
All the
that's
new
not
friends
true.
we've made have been through this podcast.
Through the internet. Yeah.
And
like
there's no
there's
none
no
of that
weirdness
because we already know that we're all cool with that.
Yeah.
And that's
we're
what's
like,
been so
hey,
great.
right here.
It's
I'm pointing
right-
to my shirt.
Like
that
you're
says Pot
here because
Smoking
you know I'm a
Moms.
pot smoking mom. And you're
Right.
cool with that. So that means you must be cool and we're cool. And that's how we've made our awesome new mom friends.
It's a different, we're the weed mom bat signal. So it's like people come to us. We already know we have already established that connection.
Exactly. And that's why when we all go on vacation together, it's just so easy. It's like no one's ever going to be like, oh, do you have to smoke before we go?
Right.
No, yeah, we all have to smoke.
Yeah, we're like, yeah,
go.
that's the
We're like,
whole point.
everybody knows that's happening.
I had posted a meme of like, you know, that Jason Bateman scene of where he takes a big bong rip.
Oh,
I think
it's
like, what movie is that even from?
I don't know what that's from.
But he takes a really, really fat bong rip, and it's like one of those bong rips that gets stuck in your lungs. So then you cough, and every time you cough, a big cloud comes out. So it was like, oh, every time I say I'll take a hit before I leave the house, and then that said hit, and then it's that hit.
I did that like, right before I got in the car when we left to go to the. That's why I came in there coughing.
I smelled it. You came in and I was like, damn, either she just hit the fat rip or like, you know.
I was like, oh,
we need more catabolish.
We gotta go.
But like somebody hit me up. Actually, it was someone we met through a friend of ours, bachelorette.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, LOL, it's totally me. And I was like, totally all of us. Like, why are you here? It's because we know.
This was so great. Yeah, so it's been easy to make those new friends.
Right. Now this is a little bit like I have to put a little more.
It's like, oh, can I be myself? Can I not? Let's just put that.
I gotta be more strategic, right? I gotta be more like, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I'm pretty like, hi, I smoke weed. If you are you cool with that or no?
Yeah, but you're not going to do that with your classmate.
Right, but I have to be very, right. It's got to be
you're
very.
You're not going to go there with your pot smoking mom shirt on.
No.
You're not going to go there with
tactful.
Or pot smoking mom necklace.
I don't know. I may wear the necklace. We'll see where that conversation goes.
Update us next week, all right?
Yeah, we will. Wow, for sure. You know it.
Well, my update, you're not going to believe what happened to me again. I know you know because I already told you.
Yeah,
but
we talk a lot. Yeah, you
guys. Okay, so if you watch the show and you've been here before, you know that a little over a month ago, I had an allergic to reaction.
But like super recently.
It was February 17th. I looked it up to tell the doctor. Well, it happened again. And so now I think I know what it may be. And it's the strangest thing ever. And I think it's bananas because I had a banana on both of the instances.
Well, now let's clarify. When you first said it's bananas, I was like, yeah, it is bananas. This is crazy. No, we're saying that the allergen might in fact be bananas.
It might actually be bananas. I had a banana on both the days. And it makes no sense to me because I've never had issues with bananas before. I've eaten them my whole life. I'm fucking Cuban. We eat that shit. Bananas and meat.
Oh my God.
Okay. And picadillo. Okay.
Everything.
Like, it's one of the few fruits I like because I'm a very picky person. So I'm very shocked that it could be that. Basically, I went to the corporate run. I was hosting it for my company. I was the team captain. We went to the Fort Lauderdale corporate run that was being hosted at the Florida Live Arena.
Whoa, you were the team captain. Did everybody have to report to you? That just means I helped everybody. Well, did everybody have to check in with you afterwards?
Everybody we're supposed to meet in the
because you meet at the beginning
and then meet thereafter. And then we eat food. We had food catered there. I set all that up. So like I didn't make it to the end because I'm there. I'm meeting up with everybody. We're getting ready to go, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat what we ordered. I'm going to be hungry. Let me eat something now." And there was a Chiquita banana stand giving away bananas.
Listen, at the corporate run, there's bananas everywhere.
Yeah. So I got a banana and I got a Cliff Bar.
Yeah.
Because there was
protein bars.
there. Yeah. Right. And I ate half the Cliff Bar and the banana. So it was those two things that I ate right before this happened.
God.
And the only thing that's in common with the last time this happened is the banana, unless the Cliff Bar has some kind of ingredient that the sausage had also. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I still need to go to an allergist. I'm going to an allergist. I'm getting pinpointed, but best believe I'm avoiding bananas.
Jeez, yeah.
And Cliff Bars.
How long did it take?
So I ate the banana in the thing and everything was fine. We started taking pictures in front of the tent and stuff. And when people were showing me pictures later, I could tell that it was already starting a little bit in my eye, but it wasn't noticeable yet.
Right.
So then we were walking. And while we're walking, it's like being super breezy and nice out. But I was like sneezing over and over and over again. I was like, is there like some kind of pollen in the air that's making me sneeze like this? What is going on?
Right.
It was really weird. And then I started getting like a lot of saliva and a lot of congestion in my nose, and I had to keep spitting and like, and then I started feeling pressure in my eye, and I was like, oh shit, I think my eye is starting to swell again. And I was wearing sunglasses. So I was walking with one of my coworkers, and I look at her
no.
and I tell her, I look at her and I pull my glasses up
You
and
go,
I'm like, is my eye swollen? She looks at me and she's like, yeah.
oh
And
my
I was like, oh
God.
shit. And we had just passed the 1 mile marker, right? So I was like, I think I should look around for help. I was like, I have my EpiPen with me in case anything gets real bad, but I think I should go immediately now to a med tent. Luckily, as soon as we turned that corner, there was like a golf cart there and somebody like just standing there. And I walk up to them and I was like, do you guys have a med tent somewhere I can get like treatment or something? And they're like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm having an allergic reaction. And I lift up my sunglasses
Do
again.
you want to show the picture again?
Well, wait, let me till I
Okay,
get there.
right,
Because
right.
that's right before
Yeah.
I'll get to
Before
that.
you took it?
No. So I show her my eye and she's like, oh yeah, you're having, and she's like, get in the golf cart. We're going to take you immediately. I'm taking you to the EMT because they have like a ambulance on site for emergencies.
Yeah.
They took me to him, and the girl the whole time is like, are you okay? Are you okay? Can you breathe? Everything. She's like, I have bad
Yeah.
allergies. I know how it is.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, it is. And my eyeballs getting big.
Yeah.
And so I get to the EMT truck. They immediately take me inside. They ask me a bunch of questions, whatever. And they said, okay, if we administer meds to you, like we should give you Benadryl right now, like through IV. But if we administer meds to you, we have to transport you to the hospital. We cannot release you because they're not at my home. Right. So I had to be transported to the hospital. And I didn't want to do that because that's extremely fucking expensive.
Yeah. It's an expensive Uber to the hospital.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, how about my EpiPen? Can I just do that? They're like, well, you should save your EpiPen for cases of emergency. That should only be if you cannot breathe. And right now you're okay. And even though I was starting to get itchiness in my throat and like it could keep getting worse if I didn't get treatment. So at the end of the day, I was like, I have to do what's safe for me, you know? So I just got I didn't want to take the risk of leaving the EMT to go and have my coworker take me somewhere real quick to the hospital or whatever. Right. So I was like, let me just get the Benadryl. As soon as they put the Benadryl drip on, I started feeling better already. Like the itchiness started going down in my throat and everything. So you could show the picture now. This is the picture I took of myself right before I got in the freaking ambulance to be taken to the hospital. I look awful. I look crazy. And like in the brightness of the sun, you can't see the other side of my face, but I sent that to my husband. I was like, I think it's bananas.
Oh my God.
And then so I got my first ride in an ambulance ever in my life. Thank you, Uncle Jesse.
First, so where did they take you to?
The closest hospital, because we were at the arena, like the Panther Arena, is freaking Cleveland Clinic. Yeah. And I was like, Cleveland Clinic Hospital? That's like a private. I'm like, this is probably such an expensive hospital.
So then what? You went to Cleveland Clinic?
Yeah. And they checked me in and then they gave me another treatment through IV. And I had to sit there and wait until the swelling went down. But the thing is that the EMTs at the run gave me 50 milligrams of Benadryl. Then they gave me to the ambulance, and the ambulance could see my eyes look so bad. They thought I needed more. They knew I already had 50 milligrams of Benadryl. They gave me another 50 milligrams of Benadryl. I felt so fucking heavy. I'm so drowsy. I was like passing out in the hospital room, just sleeping and then my eyeballs went down until Johnny came because my car was at the arena.
Yeah.
So my dad had to bring my husband and my son to get my keys, then go to the arena and get my car. And then he brought my car to the hospital and waited for them to release me. It was crazy. So needless to say, I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm going to go to the fucking allergist and get this resolved. But I think we may have cracked the case and it's bananas, which upsets me because I don't understand how that happened.
Yeah. And it's got to cross
that just happens, man. That just happens. Yeah, you get older and you develop allergies. Yeah, and like, I'm over 40 now and I have to worry more about things. I have to get like a lower deductible health plan. Like I was always in like high deductible health plans because all I ever used my health like insurance for was just for checkups, which were included 100%. I never had medications. I never had to go for any additional stuff. So why not just get the cheapest insurance with the highest deductible that
Right.
has, preventative care included? So I don't have
Yeah.
to, worry about copays and all that. But now
Insurance.
I've been to the
Yeah.
hospital twice this year
Yeah,
within 2
bro.
months. So has my husband.
Yeah, we need to actually, if there's anybody out there that's a witch doctor, un despojo was perhaps something that we would need here.
Yeah, I need a cleansing for real,
something,
bro.
a little, some good vibes. If you guys could send some good vibes this way so we can, level the plane.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but yeah, that's what's happening there. And are you watching anything?
The
Because
shit
I'm
is bananas. BANANAS. No, so I know you guys cannot stop talking on the Discord
about
Yellow Jackets.
I made a Discord thread for Yellow
'Cause
Jackets.
we don't want any spoilers.
You guys, if you're not watching this show, you need to be watching this show. Like, I am loving it. The cast is phenomenal. They did such a great job casting.
What's that deer in the background?
I don't want. Oh my god.
Is it like scary? Like somebody? Is it a murder thing?
People die.
People die.
There was a plane crash, okay? And they're surviving in the woods. What do you think is gonna happen?
Oh, so that's right. This is like the Lord of the Flies / ladies version.
Shit gets crazy. Like shit gets and spiritual shit with the woods start happening. Like there's some kind of earth spirits or something, and it's like it's very primitive, like kind of,
Yeah.
It's good. And the casting's great. The soundtrack phenomenal. It's based in the 90s because they crashed in the 90s.
Nostalgic.
Very nostalgic. It's 1996. That's like right freshman year for me in high school. I think these girls are. I don't think there might be seniors. I think. Yeah. So it's really good, and they did really good with the casting also. So can you bring up one of the pictures that? Yeah. This is the group shot of the 4 main older women. Okay. Again, I don't remember. So this is Juliette Lewis's character, and this is the girl they casted to be a younger her. She does such a great job, I feel like, with the getting like Juliette's mannerisms and like the way she speaks.
Yeah,
she does a really good job. And I heard that they like spent a lot of time with their younger counterparts, so they could, so they can catch
pick up
those
on their little quirkiness and whatever little what is it called? Mannerisms.
And then this is Shauna's character.
This is a girl from The Last
of Us, yes. And she's also been in a lot of other stuff. I love her.
Just like her.
They picked a really good younger version of her.
She's married to John Ritter's son, Jason Ritter. They were on the Drew Barrymore show recently.
They're married?
They're married.
I love her. I think she's a great actress.
She's Australian.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
It's so funny when I hear in interviews and I hear her accent because you always hear her with like an American accent.
Exactly.
In TV shows. And then another character is Christina Enrici and her younger counterpart. She's like a really like the nerdy girl that wanted to be on the soccer team, but nobody really liked or whatever. And it's kind of like the geek that's always wants to be around. She's fucking crazy. You're gonna love that. And then Thaisa, she ends up being a politician when she's older. So that, there's a lot of they're trying to hide the story of what happened to them back then. So she's really worried about that story coming out because that shit is crazy. And this last episode, and this character, we haven't seen her yet.
Who is this? She looks like the girl
she's from 6 Feet Under.
Oh, okay.
She's from 6 Feet Under, and she's also in Servant, that show that I just watched that I was telling you guys about. Is she
the mom that loses the baby?
Yes, she is. Okay. And she's going to be coming this season. They've already, in the previews, we've seen a tease of her, but her younger counterpart is Van, which is Thaisa's girlfriend. And then this is Lottie, who is the one you see a lot in the Antlers that you're asking. She's kind of like the one that connects with what's going on out there and kind of becomes the leader and stuff. So you got to check
Lottie.
it out.
I like that name. I think that's Donald Glover's daughter's name in Atlanta, right? Lottie.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's a cute name. I like that name.
Yeah, you got to check it out. Now, that's your homework and watch it. I mean,
Showtime.
Since the new season came out, I've been waiting a year for it to come back. And when I watched the first season, I had to watch it weekly, like every week. So I ended up binging the first season again when the second season started because I was like, I want to remember everything. And I'm glad I did because there's a lot of shit I forgot. Because I'm watching that shit high and I get high a lot.
Every day.
So homework, watch it.
I've been just watching Abbott Elementary. I feel that
I watch Abbott Elementary too.
comfort. It's a comfort show. I love everybody on that show. I will watch an episode again because it's like so easy to watch.
It's so wholesome and fun to watch, and it just makes you smile. And all the actors are so funny and good.
They're so funny, and they have such good chemistry together. You can tell that they're kind of almost like just being themselves within the character, you know? That and whatever. Work it out, work it out, work it out. One bet. No, whatever. That's PBS shit that my kid watches that I have to try to make her watch PBS stuff.
Oh my God. I'm so glad I don't have to watch stuff like that anymore.
Oh, they're so
There's
cute.
Abbott Elementary. Okay. What's her name? The redhead?
Shmamenti.
Oh my God. She's so funny.
I love her.
Her character's great. And of course, Gregory's the best.
I saw
and the janitor. What's the janitor's name?
The janitor's hilarious.
Oh, I love him.
I love,
of course, the principal.
Yeah. She's my favorite.
Yeah, she's like Ava. She's the
I could relate to Ava the most out of all the characters.
They really did such a good job with all these characters.
They're perfect. And they all do. Quinta Brunson is amazing. Yeah. She's great.
She's so tiny.
She's super tiny.
So cute.
But
she always makes jokes about how tiny she is on the show. Yeah. She's like, people mistake her as a child a lot when she
It's so funny. I saw the one recently where Shamenti, you know, her sister works for another school, but they like
they're right. They're like they don't talk. They don't fell talk out.
But they were in that, like, it was like a conference, and they sat next to like somebody who does the school supplies, so they wanted to get in with the school supplies, but her sister was like hanging out with them.
She's like,
so Barbara was like, you gotta make up with your sister. And she's like, okay. And then, she's like, no, I don't want to. And then they get into an altercation with some other school. And that's what brings them together. Is they end up trying to fight somebody, which is like totally
common enemy,
you know? But hey, guys, thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate you. If you're listening to us, we do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, you could be watching this.
You could be watching it. So go over to YouTube. We're at Pot Smoking Moms. You got handles there now too.
And if you are watching this on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe, and maybe leave some comments.
Yeah,
let us know what you thought of the episode.
I see some of you watching live. I see you guys. And hey, listen, and also we love our patrons.
Yes.
If you love the show and you want to contribute that way, we do a lot of special things with our patrons. So definitely check out our Patreon page. We got a lot of perks there. We do sesh all the time. We jump on whenever we're available.
Discord's popping almost every day, either in the chats or in the chat room while we're all seshing together.
Yes. And if you happen to leave us a nice review on the Apple Podcasts or throw some stars somewhere, let us know so we can hook you up with some stickers. And thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So with that, I think we're ready for our first segment.
Oh, you ready?
Let's go. News Nugs, where we get high and read the news to you. Well, a big congratulations to Kentucky.
Yeah, another state.
Another state joins the ranks. So Kentucky governor signs medical marijuana legalization bill into law. The governor of Kentucky has signed the bill to legalize marijuana, making the state the 38th in the U.S. to enact the reform. Just one day after the House approved the legislation from Senator Stephen West, Governor Andy Beshear fulfilled his pledge to sign it into law on Friday. The governor had rallied citizens to pressure their state representatives to pass the bill. Far too many of our people face the obstacle of having chronic or terminal diseases, like cancer, or those like our veterans suffering from PTSD, or Kentuckians living with epilepsy, seizures, Parkinson's, or more, Beshear said. These folks want and deserve safe and effective methods of treatment.
Advocates have been optimistic about medical marijuana's prospects this year. The House had advanced similar measures in past sessions, only to have them stall in the Senate. But things proved different this time, with the other body taking the lead in advancing the issue. One of the prime reasons I sponsored the bill and moved it along is addiction. Other states that have adopted this have seen not only a 20 to 30% reduction in opioid use, but also a 20 to 30% reduction in drug addiction, West, the bill sponsor, said at a press conference on Friday alongside the governor. If you haven't looked, Kentucky has a severe addiction problem, and I think Senate Bill 47 and medical marijuana can be part of the solution. Representative Jason Neems, who carried medical cannabis bills in the House for several sessions, said there are thousands and thousands of Kentuckians who just want to be and want to feel better, and this will help them with that.
It's funny how 20 to 30% reduction in opioid use. This drug was so like stigmatized as being a gateway drug, and how it was the gateway to things like opioids and instead it's turning out to be the exit like drug, to help people get out of those addictions.
Right. It feels like we're finally pulling the curtain open and looking at, everything happening behind the curtain, because these people used it for so many years to villainize people, minority
And
communities,
instead
minority.
they overprescribe opioids to people because they money grab.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what SB 47 will accomplish. Patients with recommendations from doctors or advanced nurse practitioners can qualify to use cannabis if they have cancer, severe pain, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, muscle spasms or spasticity, chronic nausea or cynical vomiting, post-traumatic stress disorder, or any other medical condition or disease which the Kentucky Center of Cannabis deems appropriate. Smoking marijuana will be prohibited. What? But patients can still have access to raw cannabis for vaporization.
Which is such a silly.
How are you going to stop people from smoking it? You're like, oh, we're going to sell you the weed, but you can only vaporize it, okay?
That sounds so silly.
But you're still allowed to get the raw cannabis? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Home cultivation will not be allowed.
Well, that medical. Sucks. It's medical though.
Yeah, but there's states that have medical home grow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like Michigan, right? Yeah.
Patients can possess a 30-day supply of cannabis in their residence and a 10-day supply on their person. Okay. Patient registration will only last up to 60 days, and the initial visit must be in person. 60 days. So they have to renew every 60 days? There will be a 35% THC cap on flower marijuana products and a 70% cap for concentrates. 70 is low for concentrates. Edibles cannot exceed 10 milligrams per serving. Medical cannabis will be exempt from sales and excise tax.
The Cabinet for Health and Family Services will be charged with overseeing the program, including setting regulations and issuing business licenses. License categories include 3 tiers of cultivators, as well as producers, processors, safety compliance facilities, and dispensaries. Local governments can opt out of allowing cannabis businesses to operate, but citizens can petition to have their municipalities opt back in. A 9-member board of physicians and advisors will be created, consisting of 7 physicians and 2 advanced nurse practitioners. Regulations will be finalized by January 1st, 2024. The State Board of Physicians and State Board of Nursing will be responsible for certifying practitioners to recommend cannabis.
So it says regulations will be finalized by January 1st, 2024, but I'm wondering if that means will they start sales?
No, I don't think so. I think then this is
this is sometime probably, who knows,
for
when
next
it's
year.
Going to start officially having medical sales. All right. So our next story is over in New York. Judge lifts ban on dispensary licenses in Brooklyn. Woohoo!
Our buddies over in New York.
All right, New York, more places to buy weed coming your way. A federal court in New York on Tuesday cleared the way for state regulators to begin issuing adult use cannabis dispensary licenses to prospective business owners in Brooklyn and elsewhere. The New York Times reports that the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in Manhattan lifted part of an injunction that prevented cannabis regulators from issuing licenses for recreational dispensaries in some parts of New York, removing a major obstacle for the state's rollout.
The court's decision allows regulators to issue 108 dispensary licenses in the regions that are no longer under the injunction: Central New York, Western New York, Mid Hudson, and Brooklyn. But 18 licenses in the Finger Lakes region remain tied up in the lawsuit, the Times explains. New licenses could be approved as soon as Monday, April 3rd, when the Cannabis Control Board holds its monthly meeting. At least 18 licenses in the affected regions have been ready for approval since November, the Office of Cannabis Management said at the time. New York launched its regulated adult use cannabis market late last year with the opening of a licensed retailer in Manhattan's East Village neighborhood.
2 more have opened in Manhattan since then, while the first cannabis retailer in Queens opened on Thursday. But New York City's most populous borough, Brooklyn, has thus far been shut out following an injunction in November by a federal court in Syracuse, New York. The ruling by the court came in response to a lawsuit filed by Michigan Cannabis Company that challenged New York's licensing requirements. But this week's partial removal of the injunction also paves the way for other highly populated areas in New York State to join the regulated weed market.
The New York Times has more. The removal of the injunction paves the way for dispensaries to open in some of the state's most populous areas, including Buffalo, Syracuse, and the Hudson Valley, giving farmers and manufacturers who have been sitting on a mountain of inventory more places to sell their weed. But getting from licensing to opening is a process that could take several months. Since November, regulators have issued dispensary licenses to 56 businesses and 10 nonprofit groups. So far, only 5 stores have opened in Manhattan, Ithaca, and Binghamton. 2 more are scheduled to open this week in Queens and Schenectady.
Oh, Schenectady, that's close to where my brother lives. See, when I was out there visiting him in New York, I tried to find on like weed maps, like the closest place that sold recreational weed
to him there, and it
was like a half hour to
far.
40 minutes away. But Schenectady, that's like I think 15 minutes from him or whatever.
Wait, 30 to 40 minutes away? That's not that far.
I wasn't gonna go that far out of my way. I'm borrowing my brother's car and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
That's like
I feel like
it was like 45
Florida,
minutes. Let's just say 45 minutes away.
30 to 45 minutes here.
Not to me. I mean, when I go to work in traffic, yeah, but
yeah,
it doesn't take me that long to get.
Whatever, you put the bat signal out and that fucking you figured it out.
Yeah, I ended up getting it from a follower, but yeah, that's cool. They're finally getting it out there in Schenectady. That's cool.
Tuesday's ruling by the federal appeals court comes 3 weeks after the state of New York announced that it would be doubling the number of dispensary licenses. With this expansion, more entrepreneurs will be able to participate in the first wave of this industry, allowing them to capitalize on the growing demand for cannabis products. Tremaine Wright, chair of the New York Cannabis Control Board, said at the time. As more businesses enter this market, the innovation and competition will increase, leading to better quality experiences for consumers. The expansion of New York's cannabis market will benefit everyone involved in this exciting industry.
The first dispensary that opened in Queens this week also has the distinction of being the first woman-owned cannabis retailer in New York. Very nice. That weed shop, known as Good Grades, will begin as a pop-up. I am thrilled to be opening the doors of Good Grades, the very first dispensary in Queens, New York, said Good Grades owner Ecstasy James. We are incredibly passionate about providing greater access to cannabis and breaking down the barriers that prevent so many people, especially those from marginalized communities, from experiencing the benefits of this amazing plant. We understand firsthand the stigma that has been attached to cannabis for far too long, and we are eager to join the thriving cannabis community to help change that. Our dispensary is a welcoming and inclusive space where anyone can come to learn, explore, and find the products that are best suited for their unique needs. Yeah, go buy weed from women. Go to Good Grades.
I like that name, Good Grades.
It's in Queens, in New York. Uncle Jesse, go check it out.
Yeah, like what are you guys? We know there's a bunch of you out there. What are you guys? Have you been to any dispensaries in New York? Have you had an experience
since the
there?
rec licenses like went on sale?
Uncle Jesse's like, I'm going to. If any of you out there have had any experiences, share with us, please.
I mean, I'm sure everybody, also has their weed guy that they've been having.
Yeah, I know, forever and
I think of
ever.
High Maintenance, the show High Maintenance, the guy on the bike
Oh, I
just
love
going
that
around
show.
all around New York delivering weed.
Yeah.
Like, how could you give that up if you've been doing that for so long? Why would you
If
stop?
you have a reliable connection,
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Some people you become buddies with your person.
Yeah, exactly. They're like a friend.
Dude. Yeah, I know. It's
Sometimes it is a friend that's your plug.
Yeah.
One of my best friends was my plug for many years.
One of my favorite coworkers was my plug for many years, which is also very convenient, by the way. I'd be like, hey, what's up? I'd go into work and open my drawer and
it wasn't too smelly.
They would vacuum seal the shit out of it.
I know, but damn, that's a risk.
But sometimes I'd be like, yo,
you're crazy putting that on my desk. What if I get caught with that?
Yo, you gotta keep it down, bro.
Oh, speaking of getting caught with that, our next story in our next segment. Let's go.
I love you, Miami.
Yo, this is a lot of weed to get caught with. So I saw
75 pounds. Is that the picture of all of it?
Yeah.
Oh my
God. That's the picture that FHP
those boxes
shared.
Wow, that's
I'm
beautiful.
gonna read the story, and then we even have like a quick little news clip that we can play. It's short. But pair caught driving to Tampa with 75 pounds of I was gonna say weed of marijuana on I-75. FHP says that's what the title of the
do we
is.
know these people? Maybe we know these people.
Can you imagine? I didn't recognize the names.
Okay, all right.
Maybe if we saw their face, we may have seen them at an event or something.
Yeah, we're like, oh, they're on their way to a cannabis festival.
They're on their way to Tampa.
They got the little tent set up ready.
A traffic stop ended up turning into a massive drug bust for Florida Highway Patrol troopers, according to an incident report. The FHP report said a trooper was driving south on I-75 in Hernando County when he saw a Toyota Sienna following a semi-truck too closely. When the trooper tried to overtake the vehicle, the Sienna began to go over the 70-mile-per-hour limit before braking suddenly when the trooper got directly behind the car. Whoa.
According to the report, the trooper pulled over the vehicle and immediately noticed the smell of burnt marijuana while approaching the passenger side.
Yikes.
FHP said the passenger identified as Toy Fafon. Fafon? The fuck? Toy Fafon.
Toy Fafon of Temecula, California.
Said she was heading to Tampa.
Her name is Toy Fafon?
Yeah, what? That sounds like a made-up name, bro. Toy Fafon? PH, too. It's not like F. I don't know. Is the P... Is this H silent?
It's two PHs.
Is it Papon?
They have two PHs in their last name.
Yeah, that's
Fafon.
Pretty, I don't know. Well, we don't know Toy of Temecula, California. She said she was heading to Tampa from Atlanta for a follow-up appointment after getting a recent surgery. The report said, when asked about the smell of marijuana, the driver, Jenny.
Oh my God.
Jenny
Camfagavon?
There's too many H's. There's PHs and H's. Listen. Cam Phao Wong of Banning, California, said she smoked marijuana while filling up her rental car with gasoline.
Oh my God. You can't be smoking while filling gas. Are you crazy?
Why would you divulge that information anyways?
Why would you say that to the cop?
I smell like weed because I was smoking it
I only smell like weed because while I was pumping gas earlier, getting ready to drive, I was smoking weed then.
Yeah, okay.
That makes no sense.
Maybe
they were too high. They were high up. Why? Okay.
He smelled the weed that she smoked in the car.
They said they smelled burned marijuana. They should not be smoking weed with that much weed in the car.
Yeah, they shouldn't be smoking weed with that much weed in the car. Additionally, what is the thing? Shut up.
Yes.
Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You
don't need to tell them anything.
If they smell it, then they smell it.
Oh my
Tell
God.
them, what are you detaining me or am I free to go?
Yeah, she divulged way too much to no. And you gotta shut the fuck up.
You cannot be driving with that much weed, like you said.
Like tailgating a car, because is that what it's called when you're right on
Yeah,
top of them?
tailgating, right.
Yeah, like apparently that's why the cop
Right in
started
my
watching
ass.
them at first,
Oh.
because they were tailgating or something. I don't know. It could also be profiling.
Right.
According to the trooper, the driver denied having more marijuana in the vehicle, but admitted to not having a medical marijuana car. So the trooper detained her because she admitted to smoking. Oh my goodness. So the report said as the trooper conducted a probable cause search, they found a brown cardboard box in the second row of seats that had several
Box. You sounded like you're
Box.
from Boston.
a big
Cardboard box in the second row of seats.
they found a brown cardboard box in the second row of seats that had several large vacuum sealed packages of marijuana.
Wow.
The document went on to say that Fafon said she was not aware of the box of marijuana.
Bitch, at that point, you're like,
You just told
wow.
them you smoke weed. Now you're gonna tell me you didn't know you had all that weed in the car. It was her
I
rental.
would've
They
been
just left the rental. Just left the big box of weed in the car.
I would have been like, damn, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have had to buy weed.
After a second trooper arrived, the search continued.
I returned to the Toyota with Trooper Ortiz and continued searching. I discovered a second cardboard box with packing
Oh
tape.
my
The
god!
trooper said in their report. This box was discovered to contain large vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana as well. I observed the interior sides of the box were lined with peel and stick flooring tiles, presumably to defeat airport x-ray scanners. An additional peel and stick tile matching the others was laying in plain view on the van floor. A suitcase, Miss Fafon identified as belonging to her, was sitting on top of the initial discovered box.
That she knew nothing about.
In the rear cargo area were two large suitcases, one black and one blue. Each suitcase contained additional
large vacuum sealed bags of marijuana. Oh my god!
The troopers also found ledgers belonging to this girl,
The other
detailing
one.
the prices of the suitcases and contents, and multiple airline tickets for both women that suggested heavy travel
to and from California,
Georgia, Texas, and Florida.
Damn, they're just bringing weed all over the place. Look at all that weed.
How long?
75 pounds of
75
weed.
pounds of weed, girl.
It's so sad. It's
I know it's
been
so much
confiscated.
weed.
Now it's probably going to be destroyed. It's so sad.
But
and these poor women are going to be in jail.
They must have been doing it so much
that they felt confident
that they were cool. They didn't feel like they were gonna get pulled over.
They felt real confident. They weren't scared. They were just slanging weed all over the place.
Just driving that shit all around town, dude.
When they examined Fafon's iPhone, troopers said they saw that the women were actually on their way to Midtown Barbershop on West Cypress Street in Tampa.
Ooh.
So whatever event was happening there, I hope they didn't bust an event.
No, they might have busted that barbershop. Hello, they might also
be a front and they sell weed. I hope they didn't get anybody in trouble.
Dog.
So they're on their way to Midtown Barbershop on West Cypress Street in Tampa. They just outed this company, probably right? Like, yo,
yeah.
Why were they on their way? They could have been meeting a boyfriend or something. You never know. It may not have been to be a delivery.
With 75 pounds of weed, I am sure they were not meeting a boyfriend.
In total, troopers said the women had 61 individual bags of marijuana that weighed 75.92 pounds.
Coño.
The FHP said both women were charged with several drug charges, including trafficking of marijuana. No shit, they were trafficking marijuana. That's a lot of fucking
That's a lot of weed.
I really hope they get good lawyers. I don't. It's sad. They're going to get in a lot of trouble. They need to be. Look, if you're going to be doing this stuff, you guys got to be more careful.
I mean, we don't want to promote the doing of these things.
but let's be real. We've bought weed from people that do these things.
Yeah, I know.
So I always feel bad when people get caught because
there are people. There are people.
Yeah,
but like, don't be smoking weed while you're transporting 75 pounds.
That wasn't good.
You still gotta keep it on the low. And I feel like had they kept it on the low,
they would have been fine. And
because what that cop smelled was the weed she was smoking,
for sure.
So,
for sure,
not the vacuum sealed.
No,
because they were like, "Oh, look at all this! It was fucking."
because they said it was
Christmas.
burnt weed that they smelled, and she admitted to having smoked weed.
Yeah,
Like that wasn't very
seriously.
smart.
Shitty strategy.
Yeah, they need to.
They need to follow Pop Brothers at law.
and learn the script, the shut the
Tact.
fuck up
The
script.
shut the fuck up script.
So we've come to the end of our show.
Oh my
We have no
God.
guest interview today.
We've come to the end of the show.
Bum, bum, bum.
But we do want to thank our sponsors, Fluent.
Yes, thank you, Fluent, for bringing the good buds and good vibes.
Hey, and we want to thank you for hanging around, listening to us. And we want to definitely give a big old shout out and a special thank you to patrons. Our patrons, we love you guys. Our patrons like Destiny,
Christy,
Denise,
Peaches,
Meredith,
Natalie,
Angelina,
Jenny,
Catherine,
Jay,
Chrissy,
Jesse,
Diane,
Gabby, and Leslie. Thank you so much, guys. We love you guys. Check out our website. Go buy tickets to the Bud Crawl. Like, subscribe, rate, review, all those good things. And we'll see you next week.
Au revoir.
Bye.